Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of the Cartridges and Disc Podcast. It's Friday. That means I have extra time. My 3-day weekend has begun, and while I'm doing some errands, running around, I have breaks, and I bring this to you, and I share my thoughts. I bring topics that are interesting to me. Hopefully, they're interesting to you, and it'll get a conversation going. If you like this kind of content, remember to like and subscribe because it really helps out the channel. Now, what are we going to talk about today? What are we going to talk about right now? We're talking about, malware. That's right. There's a report out there that the original Modern Warfare 2 on Steam has been causing problems for Steam, right? And therefore problems for Microsoft. And guys, I just found out how to use custom templates on this particular app. So, what you should see on screen right now at least should have something to do with the subject. I've had the time, had just a little bit more sleep tonight, and I got to do that. So first of all, let me tell you that what has been happening through Steam, right, and it's been reported since early July, late June, is that hackers have been using the lobbies in order to get into other people's systems, basically putting a Trojan horse in there. So when people are using these lobbies, they get infected with this virus. Now, according to TechCrunch, and let me read this to you right now. This is from Kotaku. According to TechCrunch, hackers were using a worm, a piece of malicious code that can self-replicate automatically, spread from one user to another. Any one user of the hacked lobbies would get the virus, then spread it to whoever they played next, right? So, guys, make sure that you have your antivirus turned on when you're playing these games. This is the state of the video game industry now, the state of not only them, but of the internet. Remember, these people are gathering information. Sure, some of it could be ransomware, but what they really want is data. Remember, you are the commodity. You are the product. Anything they can get on you, they get and resell. Just because, they release your computer doesn't mean they don't keep a copy of your information. Of course, that copy, even though you pay the ransomware, they're going to resell it. And it sucks. It sucks being a victim of this kind of, crime, internet crime, if you will. But, it's what's happening today, and you really have to be careful. Now, Activision ended up taking the Steam version offline on July 26th. Now, when they asked about the issues, a spokesperson for the company directed TechCrunch to the following tweet: multiplier for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2009 on Steam has been brought offline while we investigate reports of an issue. Of course, that issue being the Trojan horse these guys are putting in there, and now with the renewed interest, with the Xbox 360 lobbies opening up, of course, Microsoft have to look into this issue. Of course, you don't want to buy problems, right? You don't want to buy somebody else's problems, but that's exactly what Microsoft is facing now, because now, even though the game is on Steam and the deal has yet to be finalized, they're really the future owners of this franchise. So they want to make sure that they have all this taken care of, because, that'll keep people away. Remember, these games are becoming top in Microsoft's selling list because people are able to go back and play these games, and they want to keep it that way. They need these sources of revenue. And hackers know this. And they know people are getting on there. And they're always on the lookout of what to exploit, where to exploit it. Specifically for PC gamers. The console environments, whatever you want to say about them, they tend to be a lot safer, right? Of course they get hacked too. Sony's been hacked and what have you. But just in general, especially in these player lobbies, they tend to be safer as far as this kind of threat. There's other kinds of threats, but this specific kind of threat, they tend to be safer. But this is the future that we're going towards, and you don't know what people are going to do with your information if they're able to get into your computer, if they steal your images, what they do with that information. I mean, nowadays they can take that They can take that and have all kinds of fun with your content or your data, right? And this is a crime that's only going to go on the rise, specifically now that we have all these all these contests where, you know, celebrities are joining in. They're higher profile. So a lot of these guys are looking for different ways to get into these systems. And for the developers, for the companies, it's very hard, because for them, it's like fighting terrorism. When you're, you know, battling this kind of stuff, when you're doing cybersecurity, you have to be right 100% of the time. 100%. The hackers only have to be right once. That's it. If they're, you know, right once on your system, if they find a way to get into it, then they get the information that they need, whether it's from your company or from your customers. And the more damaging thing is for them to get a hold of your customers, because that's your lifeblood. Sales is the lifeblood of any business. And if people are afraid to use your product because your security is crap, well, you got one huge problem that will kill any industry, especially when it exists online. It'll kill any app, it'll kill any game, because people are just going to stay away from it. As fun as your game may be, it's not worth getting hacked. And I know people love Call of Duty, and they love Modern Warfare specifically because they're still playing it from 2009, and they're getting like 500 players still a day on Steam, not any other platform. On Steam, about 500 players a day still playing. So there's a loyal following there. But when things like this happen, the Call of Duty name gets thrown out there. The Modern Warfare gets thrown out there. And people, as soon as they hear the brand, you know, they don't really stop and think specifically where, how, and what happened. They just look at the brand and they say, "Oh, stay away. That means virus. I'm not going to go into those lobbies." Maybe I was thinking about, you know, buying the $10 game and going onto Xbox. They don't care about any of this stuff. The only thing that stays in their mind for their short-term memory is that when people are playing Modern Warfare 2, there's been some issues in lobbies, you know, and that's it. And that kills your marketing. You know, you only get a first time to make a good impression. And right now, a lot of people are, especially young people, are hearing from these games for the very first time, and they're willing to give it a shot for $10. But if you get this kind of publicity, then all your good work, all the good gaming goes right out the door. So hopefully they're able to take care of this stuff. I'm sure they will. Microsoft has the money to do it. But that's just a new threat in today's modern gaming industry, guys. So be careful out there if you're going to jump into Steam and use any of these games. Make sure that you have your antivirus on, whether it's this game or any other game. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I have other videos up today on PlayStation, on Amico, and of course, we have funny retro memes, all that for you. Make sure you like, subscribe if you like that kind of content. If you really want to support the channel, go ahead and join, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care.